Hello and welcome back to our Battanian focus playthrough in Bannerlord, and I'm going to be waiting until nightfall to go into this hideout here. Very good reason for that. There's only one group of units. If you see this icon here and there's only one lone icon, it's probably a good idea to go in because that means you're going to be only facing the bandit boss and it's going to be a very simple fight indeed. Even if you decide to duel the guy, which obviously we're not going to be doing because we have a pretty sizable army, as you can see, and we're going to be able to completely overwhelm him. And that's exactly what we want. Now, of course, once we're done here, we're going to be gaining some decent relation with all the notables in the area, and we're also going to be gaining a little bit of experience for our people, a little bit of, well, a couple of prisoners, as you can see, and we also do get a small amount of loot as well. Now, also this, yes, also this, charm skill. Every single time you do a hideout, you gain some kind of charm skill. And I am actually going to be attempting to increase my, basically increase my charm skill as much as I can too, because that's very important. By the way, this is a fellow that we have just gained, and I'm not saying that he's a companion. He's actually not a companion. He is a fellow that I am doing for the Family Feud quest. Yes, I have taken him along just purely for that, and that's it. And I'm very much hoping that I will be able to achieve something here, because every single time, and this is, I would say probably, there's probably only one time that I have done this and done it successfully. So this is going to be kind of interesting. Let me just take a look here. So, Edwin, we need to speak to. Where are you? Where are you, sir? I, for some reason, cannot see where he is. Never mind. I got the wrong guy. It's actually Urgion. I read the wrong name in the quest log. Now, if I could, I'd probably say to my guy here, Melody, I'd probably say to him, hey, yeah, don't you want to wait over there by the car? I mean, by the non-existent horse, because obviously don't have a horse. Don't have a car either. Well, kind of, I guess. But anyway, let's have a look here. What do we have here? Did you bring your funeral shroud with you? Oh yes, I very much hope that we will. Okay, so, you're breaking the law. Maybe. Okay, here we go. Let's do this. Nice. Okay, first success. And maybe we can... Look at that. I can actually do Valor, amazingly enough. I actually have enough Valor to be able to make this work. But I'm going to go for the 62% just purely for the fact that 62% is better than 14%. And there you go. We actually failed the... How did we fail the... No, there we go. We actually did it. Okay, I spare the boys' laugh, now get out of my sight. All right, that's absolutely fine. Thank you very much. That's a quick 500 gold for me right there. And we also do gain a pretty sizable amount of relation with one of the villages. And someone actually told me that there is a village in the northern sector, if I'm remembering that correctly. I think there is a village in the northern sector that has a bunch of noble units, and we know how effective noble units can be, so I'm very much hoping that I might be able to find them and then more adequately try to earn reputation there, because that's going to be super important for us later down the line. So for example, these guys, yes, here we go. For example, these guys, Battanian highborn youths, they are the ones that we want to try and get. So if I can do quests for this fellow, I might very well have a chance at recruiting, but he's the only one. Wait a minute. There's two of these guys. They have the same name. Are you serious? Look, they look almost exactly the same too. What? How am I supposed to tell which one's which? Once his daughter found. Okay, well, that's actually a pretty easy task for us, and it's going to give us a decent amount of cash anyway. So why not, why not? I don't think that's really going to affect us too much, and it's going to give us a decent reward nevertheless. So even if I do have to go out of my way to do it, which I don't think I will have to, but even if I had to, it really wouldn't make too much difference. Okay, so it's not here that we have to go. There's Pelosaur. Ah, there's another Pelosaur right there. Okay, so let's just have a look. got to make sure that, you know, we're just going to have a look-see here, because you never know when there's going to be some noble units. And if I'm right in remembering that you said it was in the north of Battania territory, then that's great. But if I'm not right, then I apologize, and I'll have to look around a little bit better next time. But ooh, Melodia's army, yes. Why do I want to speak to him? Is there any reason why I have to speak to him? Well, not really, no. There isn't really a reason. Okay, so there we go. Now we can actually search the village here. Alright, so let's speak to them, and how do I know he's not forcing you to say that? Alright, so let's do this. 85% chance. Surely he's going to be a done deal on that, and then we'll go for the 40%. Oh, there we go. Actually getting a bit lucky with these critical successes, to be honest, so I don't have to fight the guy. That's pretty good. And there you go, we're done. 657, and we do gain a little bit of extra relation as well, which is very nice. Okay, so yeah, I actually wanted to check the recruits that you can potentially... Yes, so you can actually get some highborn youths here as well, but as you can see, you actually need 60 to be able to recruit these guys, which is going to be insane. That's going to be super, super difficult for me to do, so I don't know how I'm going to do that, but maybe there'll be a village where we can actually find some people for a cheaper relation cost. So maybe some highborn youths might actually be available at like, I don't know, 30 relation. That would be kind of nice, but it's probably unlikely that that's going to happen. So let's just continue to move on and see if I can maybe find some people to fight. I'm thinking that we're probably going to try another raid against the Western Empire if we potentially can. I think we are actually clan tier 2 now. Yes, we are actually clan tier 2. So technically what I could do is I could go and I could speak to Caladog again, and I could basically say to him, hey, remember me? Because I remember you, you know, because we needed clan tier 2 to be able to become a vassal of his. So it would be quite nice to do that. It seems like these are actually Sturgians, because we're actually starting to go into sort of a bit of a border area here between the two peoples. So yeah, it doesn't seem like there's anything going on here. I think I might be misremembering where exactly it is. I think you told me that it was next to some castle. I think maybe this one? Isn't it this one right here? Yeah, it might be different, you see? It might be different dependent on the game, maybe. I'm not entirely sure on that, but what I would like to do actually is a tournament. I wouldn't mind doing another tournament just to get a little bit of extra cash. Maybe then we can... actually, you know what? I'm going to see if I can buy some wooden hammers. Let's see. Yes, I can buy 2 wooden hammers and a lot of blacksmith's hammers, but that's not really something that I'm terribly looking for. And maybe this one over here, maybe this particular town over here has a tournament or something. That would be quite nice. But yeah, the main reason why I would like to do a raid is purely for the fact that the militia that attack you generally will give you a decent amount of cash, and they'll also give you amazing amounts of experience, loot, wide variety of different stuff. Okay, so we have a huge amount of wooden hammers here, and I think this is probably going to be a really, really good place for me to stay. And oh, wow, look at this. They actually have 2-handeds as well. They have an iron broadsword here, which is actually kind of amazing. I would like to be able to make one of these. I know a couple of people in the comments have given me some very, very nice advice regarding smithing, and apart from the wooden hammer tip that has come in mighty handy, by the way. But apart from that, you've also told me about what kind of weapons to make and a number of other things. So I very much appreciate that. Thank you very much for that. And otherwise, let's just get a couple of these. There we go. And now we can continue to refine. There we go, another 22. Look at my smithing. It's just skyrocketing up like no one's business. And I think... You know what? We might actually turn into some kind of smithing character here. The main reason why I said that I wasn't going to create a smithing series in this particular one is because I don't have anything specific in terms of mods surrounding smithing itself. So I don't have anything that adds cool weapons or adds new mechanics or something along those lines. That's the main reason why I wasn't going to focus on smithing, but smithing has been so incredibly useful for us so far. Yeah, I can't do all of that. I was like, oh yeah, let me just be super greedy about this. Okay, so now we're going to, let's just sell that. These are better. Yep, these are better than what I was wearing, so that's good. Let's sell all of that. Okay, so I'm going to pay 439 still, but I might be able to sell some steel. Yep, there we go. I can sell some steel and some iron. And we can actually sell some wrought iron as well. We might as well do that. Why not? And some crude iron too. The prices are actually pretty good here, so pretty happy to do that. And there's another 841 for us, which we can then reinvest into some wooden hammers. So let's do that. I have a lot of them so far. I have 20, so I think that's pretty good. So let's get a couple more. 423, that should be pretty nice. And how much? Ooh, I've only got 100 stamina remaining. That's kind of disappointing, but I should have enough to continue doing a little bit of smelting here. Yes, there we go. That is indeed it. So I can wait here for some time and just try to restore myself a little bit. My stamina, I think, recovers at about 10 or something like that per hour, and it's already been a huge amount of hours so far. So let's actually just have a look. We're at 160. Yeah, that's about right. That is about right. So let's see if I can get all of this done before I run out of energy. It seems like I might. Yeah, there we go. Okay, well, that's pretty good. We did level up our smithing quite considerably right there, and I'm hoping that we'll be able to level up relatively soon too. Okay, so let's have a look at this. Oh, look at that. You can actually, they actually have multiples of these. Oh, when smelting. Oh, I see. And increases the rate of learning new part designs when smithing by 100%. Character can refine 2 units of steel into 1 unit of fine steel and 1 unit of crude iron as byproduct. Guess I'm going to just go for Curious Smith this time because someone told me that it would be a good idea for me to have some kind of way to learn recipes just that much quicker. And I think that is a pretty good idea, so why not? Ooh, this hideout might actually be really, really good for us to attack, so we're actually going to do that. Let me actually just take a look. Okay, yeah, we just got a bunch of prisoners. Speaking of those prisoners, I do need to sell them. So there's actually a couple of problems about doing a hideout attack. One, I have no shield, and we are up against forest bandits, so that means that I can theoretically die almost instantly, because they do have some pretty decent archery skills. And on the other hand, we are, well, shall we just say, up against quite a few enemies. And I mean, yeah, we're going to very easily be able to overwhelm them, but I don't really want to lose anyone. Oh, nice! We hit him. I can't believe we actually hit him with that. Yeah, speaking of that, I know that thrown weapons do seem... I mean, thrown weapons. No, not thrown weapons. I'm not generalizing that much. I need to be more specific in my calling of the weapon that I'm using right now. So the throwing axes, not just random throwing weapons. I might as well throw the kitchen sink at them or something. But yeah, no. I'm talking about thrown axes here. My axes might not very well be the weapon that I'll be staying with, because they don't do that much damage against enemies that actually have decent armor. And that's something that I definitely want to do something about. I would very much prefer to use javelins or something like that. And they are a lot of fun to use as well. So maybe we'll do something like that. But there you go. Look at that. We actually gained some good renown from this too. And we gained Battanian peasants. And now, amazingly enough, peasants didn't actually used to level up in previous versions of Bannerlord. And now they do. So I'm very, very happy about that. Ooh, wait a minute. I think I just saw something pretty nice. Look at this. Yes, 1 Highland furred cloak. Thank you very much. Give me that. Okay, yeah, that's really good. And is that it? Yeah, that's pretty much it. All right, that's perfectly fine with me. Okay, so we are now going to go... I suppose we'll go over here. I have 56. I have 56 people in my army right now. That is kind of impressive, considering I literally just had, like, what, 43 before? And it's all thanks to those peasants joining me. Obviously, the peasants are probably not going to be super effective at the moment, but hopefully, in due time, they will. You know, they will start helping us out quite a bit. All right, so there we go. I can recruit Battanians from here as well. Can you actually recruit some highborn youths from here as well? Doesn't seem like it. Seems like I'm going to need to be a little bit careful about what I do there, because I would like to be able to find out exactly the villages that will provide us with the noble units. So I will take a look at that person's comment once again for the next episode. Anyway, I am going to sell my prisoners here. I do need to be a little bit more mindful about picking up some companions too, because there are so many different choices that it would be really nice if we could do something about that. Alright, so I suppose it is probably about time that we do a raid, don't you think? Alright, it's daytime, and we are up against 40 militia, and I have a one-handed sword still. Yeah, I'm gonna need to do something about that. That's actually primarily the reason why I wanted to find a tournament, because as you can no doubt tell, two-handed weapons are actually very expensive to buy. And thanks to some of you in the comments, the amount of money that you're actually able to gain from selling two-handed weapons is significant as well. So I'm very, very intrigued about that, and I'm very much hoping that I will be able to become some kind of proficient smith. I don't really want to be too much of a proficient smith, but I want to be enough of a proficient smith to be able to stop saying proficient smith. Yes. No, I don't mean that, but I'm talking about mainly selling these two-handed weapons for, I don't know, 10,000 gold or something like that. Did you see that matrix dodge right there? That was pretty cool. Probably going to end up dying here, by the way, so don't worry about that. But yeah. Oh, there we go. I knew that was going to happen. I do not have enough one-handed weapon proficiency to be able to make this kind of thing work, and I should play much more defensively in those cases. But you know how it is with me. You know, I generally tend to focus on one thing when I'm fighting, and that's, well, one of three things. Commentary, obviously, you know, I like to prattle on quite a bit, and, you know, then the next thing being attacking, and then the next thing being defending. So it's one of those three things that I generally tend to do. So anyway, there's 17 renown. Actually, an amazing amount of renown for such a small amount of work. Very good. And I'm a bit worried now because we are so incredibly wounded, and I don't believe while we are raiding that we're going to be recovering at all. And that's the reason why actually myself getting killed in that fight was really, really bad. So I'm hopeful that we won't come across any enemies here. Hopefully there won't be any vassals in the area, and I'll be able to get some wool and some sheep and sell those on at the nearby town. I was hopeful that this might be a pretty safe bet, because Lagater is actually under control by the Battanians, and it might reduce the Western Empire threat in this area. Gotta say, it's actually helped me quite a bit to do this raid, because no doubt you can see my food situation has increased dramatically, because we had about 15, I think, or something like that, and now we have much, much more, so I'm pretty happy with it. And otherwise, look at this. We can now start leveling up our volunteers. We're going to get some more wood runners, because I haven't really been getting too many of those, and I like to level them up into skirmishers. Speaking of skirmishers, I'd actually like to take a look at this. Okay, so they can level up into wildlings. Wildlings are, of course, the answer to skirmishers in this particular faction, and we do have the Falksmen as well. So woodrunners can also level up into raiders and then go into Falksmen. I really love how the Falksmen play. I think they are super fun to watch. So we're probably going to be trying to get quite a few of those in the near future, because they're basically playing exactly how I'm wanting to build my character. They play with two-handed weapons, and they play with thrown weapons. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to see that. Wow, okay, that is some monies right there. Look at this. 2,700 almost, and I literally just sold my shields and my ranged weapons, as well as my armor that I gained from the loot. That is actually amazing. Look at that, 2,000. Woo, okay, I really can't believe it. Okay, so that means I might be able to buy a proper axe. Maybe I may, no. Whoa, what? Do you see this weapon? Two-handed cleaver, 53,000? Yeah, I think I'm probably going to level up smithing and we'll see how it goes. Ooh, look at this. I could actually get this axe, but it's only got 68 cutting damage. With a two-handed, generally what you want to go for is maximum damage. And I'm not even talking about range or swing speed here, but personally, I feel like damage is the way to go, apart from length. Obviously, length is very important too, because obviously you want to try and outrange the swifter, quicker weapons that can, you know, do quite a bit of damage before you even swing once. So being able to have that ability is very important. But unfortunately, yeah, that doesn't seem to be happening for us at the moment. We're not going to be able to afford any of those things that soon. Now, you may be seeing this particular fight and thinking, wait a minute, are you doing another raid? No, I'm actually not. I am actually in a fight against looters, 24 looters to be precise, and I have no idea why we're fighting in this map. Really not. I have no clue why they would bring us here, but I guess I'm pretty happy with it, because I am actually able to... the amount of hilarity right here. I just can't believe that I'm actually able to hit these people with my thrown axes. This is just like a more violent scene out of Benny Hill or something like that, because you're literally, look at that, I actually hit that guy all the way from over here, getting some very nice thrown weapon skill. But there you go. That was a pretty easy victory. I guess it's because we were next to a village, but I didn't actually think that we were. I really did not think that we were that close. But apparently we might... Yes, no, never mind. We are actually quite close. Yes, of course. Okay, so now there is another party of looters here. 53 of them, to be exact. And those guys, they're probably going to be my next port of call. So let's see what I can do about that. I would like to be able to restore myself before I head in, if at all possible. Because I'd actually like to be a bit more aggressive in the upcoming fight against them. You know, being able to maximize the amount of, you know, proficiencies that I might be able to get. And, well, I would prefer to get two-handed proficiencies, of course, but at the moment that is just not possible. I guess I will head in now before it gets super late, because I don't really like fighting in the nighttime. I much prefer fighting in some kind of daylight, you know, so being able to fight at this time... Why is this so bright? What? Why is this so bright? It was just about to turn into night. That's kind of weird. Okay. Some weird stuff going on there. But anyway, whoa, we seem to have spawned very far away from each other. All right, here we go. We're going in. And I've got to be a bit careful here because I cannot take any fatal damage. Taking fatal damage for me right now would be very bad. Oh, dear. Okay. No, Mr. Scytheman. Why are you doing this, Mr. Scytheman? Oh, no, of course. Got murdered by a stone. Diggory, why do you do this, sir? He's like, I like the stone. Because I really don't know why. He's just crazy. He's now saying that he wants to take the stone home, the one that killed him. Yes. Okay, no. Let's just leave him alone. Let's just move away slowly, shall we? Just move away slowly from Mr. Diggory and just let him recover, because obviously me going in there at that particular time, probably not the best idea. But we did get a huge amount of money, experience for our little friends here. And we also did gain a good amount of skill ups, I guess. Not too bad. All right, so now we're going to go over... I do want to raid another village. I would like to raid this village over here more specifically because there is iron ore to be gained. And iron ore is fantastic because iron ore will allow us to basically sell the ore over in Maranoth. And that is, of course, where our smithy is. And that's going to increase our profits by a pretty considerable amount. So I would hope that we're going to be able to do something with that. But for now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go and sell the small amount of stuff that I was able to gain here. You know what I should really do? Go into my inventory, check the auto-equip mod before I go into the marketplace, because doing this manually, it's just a waste of time. I really do need to save time much faster. And speaking of saving time, there was actually someone in the comments very, very nicely told me about this mod called... I think it's called hotkeys or something like that. And basically what it does is it adds a one-button press for a variety of different functions. And that could easily help me out a great deal. So thank you very much for that. I will definitely be taking a look at it as soon as I can. Let's have a look here. I need to... Oh, really? They don't have any wooden hammers? Why? Why do you not have any wooden hammers? You scoundrel. Okay, well, doesn't really matter. We have 400 smithing stamina. So let's do a little bit more of this. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Look at those skill ups. Very nice indeed. We still have some wooden hammers, by the way, so it's not like we don't have any left. And let's just get all of that out of there. Okay, yep, now we have no more. We have no more stamina. But we were able to increase our skills by, well, a great deal, actually. Okay, anyone else needs anything? Nope, they've all left. That's great. Been sold, actually. Okay, so are there any other... No, it seems like that village is probably the best one because iron ore is, as I've said, very profitable for us, and I think it could work out quite nicely. But we're going to need to rest up first. This is, yeah, okay. Not exactly my favorite time of day, and I do apologize if you can't actually see anything, because I know that YouTube does tend to make videos a little bit darker for unknown reasons. I'm not entirely sure why, but if you can, try to raise the brightness on your device or your monitor or something like that, and then maybe you'll have a decent time here. I mean, I can actually see relatively well. You know, I should just use that as an excuse just now. Yes, I can't see anything. Oh, this is absolutely awful. I got hit completely by surprise. No idea how that happened. Can you tell that that's not true? Yes? No, that is not true at all. But anyway, there you go. We were able to at least survive by a small margin this time. But look at that, 15 renown. A pretty significant amount for this early on in the game. And we are able to, of course, level up a couple of our people here. Also get some more people, you know, get some more loot. That's exactly what we want. And now we have to look out, because I have seen a number of vassals nearby, and I'm a bit worried about being attacked by them. Personally, I feel like this window is really large. Is that just me? I'm not entirely sure why it has this whole thing here. I mean, yes, I understand that the art is very cool looking, no doubt, but it does cut off a lot of the screen, and it is very, very difficult to then see potential enemies that want to kill you. For example, this one right here. Yes, we're going to have to end the raid. I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to escape this. I'm walking into Ingaltha's army for a very specific reason. To use him as a shield until I regain my speed. There we go. That seems to have worked out quite nicely. I did actually get a little bit of iron ore, not as much as I would have wanted to get, because no doubt you can tell that they had a huge amount to spare. I mean, we basically gained how much? Iron ore, we gained 5. I mean, that's not even that much, to be honest, but I think that we probably could have gotten another 10, more than likely. So we would have gotten about 15 or so total, which would have been fantastic. It would have been great. But unfortunately, that is not the case, because we got chased off, unfortunately. Oh well, never mind. I guess now is as good a time as any to make our way back to Maranath and try to supply our smithy with a little bit of iron ore here and there. And of course, supplying it with hardwood as well is also very good, but not as, in my opinion, not as good as providing it with iron ore, even though it actually has a village right next door to it that produces iron ore, so it might not even be necessary for me to give them any iron ore here. Yeah, as you can see, this price is a bit low in comparison to what you could potentially get at other towns, but because I do have a you know, an enterprise here, I thought, hey, you know what, let's just go for it. Let's also sell the wool here. We'll sell the wrought iron too, as well as the crude iron, because you never know, it might actually come in handy for our smithy. I'm not entirely sure if those things are consumed in the process of something that the smithy might actually be utilizing, who knows. But if they don't, then, well, that's absolutely fine. I don't really mind about that too much. Okay, so there's a blacksmith hammer right here. And there's actually two-handed... Oh, look at this. We got a two-handed axe with 80 cutting damage. I'm liking this. I am... Oh, wow, wow. Okay, wait a minute. I could... No, I was saying I could afford this, but no, I don't think I can. So I'm actually going to buy this. This is not going to be good for me. Just know already that this is going to be bad. It's not really going to work out too well, but we'll try it and we'll see what happens. Actually, do they have any javelins here? I would actually like to find out. Yes, they do. They do have some simple javelins. Let's actually have a look here. Okay, so these do 70 damage and these do 60 piercing. The missile speed is... Oh, wow, yeah. The missile speed of the javelins is actually a lot better, but they are 1,000. I don't think I can really spare that at the moment, because what I would like to do is get another enterprise up and running as soon as possible. So hopefully I'll be able to do that. There is no tournament going on here, so I guess what we're going to have to do is end this episode off here. I thank you very much for watching and for all of your help in the comments too. I'm very much looking forward to seeing where Diggory goes with this, and I will see you next time.